Okay, so let's get this match started. I don't remember who the hell this is, but apparently his name's James. So he brings in a new Pokemon that I'm not entirely familiar with, but I can assume it's ground type. And god, my leg is so itchy and I don't know why. So I go for Ice Shard, does Diddly Dick, he goes for Cox, and then I go for Spikes, and then he goes for Rock Blast, and kills me with the critical hit. Of course. Fuck you, Hax Gods. Fuck you. Now, the reason why my voice sounds like shit is because I've caught a cold Sunday morning when I was downtown trying to get my 3DS early in the morning. I totally underestimated the line for the 3DS, though. Anyway, so I switch into Exeggutor, and knowing he would switch out, I go for Sunny Day, then Explosion, in the hopes of killing it, because I had this weird vibe that, this Pokemon was going to be a problem. But apparently he lived through that. How the fuck did you live through that? Anyway, so I go to Metagross, and before I continue, I didn't know this Pokemon was a bird Pokemon. Now that I look at it, fuck you. No, it still doesn't look like a bird Pokemon. I mean, yeah, sure, it has the wings, I suppose, but it looks nothing remotely to a bird Pokemon. So Agility, then Earthquake, doesn't do anything because apparently it's a flying reject flying Pokemon. Then I go for Meteor Mash, and of course, it fucking misses. Thank you, Axe Gods. Fuck you to hell. So my Metagross died in vain. And now here comes my Tornadoes. Yes, this thing is new, and I recently made this. So I do Dark Balls. I do Dark Balls. Whatever. My grammar is just perfect, isn't it? And I go for Air Slash on this in the hopes of flinching it. I don't know why I did this. I was a little freaked out because I didn't know what the hell this thing was. So he goes for Stone Edge and misses. This doesn't make up for any bullshit that I've received. So I go for Psychic. It does not kill. He goes for Rock Blast and kills me with one hit. Now, I know the Pokemon would have died in 2 hits, but come on, what a kick in the nuts. You have to, have a critical hit on me? Ugh. Anyway, so here comes my Machamp. He uses some berry I've never heard of or seen before. And I go for Dynamic Punch and finally manage to kill it before he does Earthquake and does okay damage to my Machamp. So here comes his Hariyama. Now my first instinct to this Hariyama after he uses this first move is Substitute. I'm given the impression that he's used this set Pokemon is the type where he constantly spams Substitute over and over and over, and you eat the berry, and it's such a noob combo. So I overpredict going for Substitute, and he oddly goes for Brick Break. I don't know why I didn't go for Ice Punch, because that would have done way more, if not kill, but I don't know. So, okay, I go for Togekiss. I get a critical hit with Air Slash. First off, that doesn't make up for any of the bullshit that I just received. Second, that doesn't even matter. It would have died anyways. So here comes my Cofarigus? No, more like his Cofarigus, and I go for Thunder Wave. Now, I know a little bit about this Pokemon more than the other 2 new Pokemon that I'm not entirely familiar with. This Pokemon has that very frightening ability known as Mummy. Mummy is just like, Mold Breaker to my knowledge, destroys the ability. So, I'm really dreading that, ability because I actually need Serene Grace, and I just constantly keep hacking him. Now, it's the same thing over and over and over. It's a stall war. And eventually, he manages to get a roast up. Now, that right there pisses me off because why? I know you can't really, retaliate because I constantly keep flinching you, but you seem to have quite, maybe a handful of times where you can attack. But no, he just keeps going for Calm Mind. I guess it's to raise your special attack, but Hidden Power does nothing. Christ, I can only assume his other attack was like Shadow Ball, which would do nothing. I would think he'd switch because, well, first off, this is my last Pokemon. Second, he has a Chansey sitting in the waiting room. And I forgot that he had a Chansey. Well, to be honest, I didn't even look at the DS touch top screen because, I don't tend to do that. I tend to, look at my Pokemon on the bottom screen, the ones I want first, and, so on. But this was just such an unnecessary stall war. He could have switched out, went for Chansey, and then just stall war me anyway. So we had 2 stall wars. Then there's really nothing I can say about this. I just keep doing the same thing and eventually go for Fire Blast for whatever reason. What would you do in this situation where my PP is running low? And I am immature when I say PP. Anyways, so it's the same thing. What am I supposed to say? So, okay, I keep going for Air Slash. He wakes up. He can't move because he's flinched. And it's the same goddamn thing. Eventually, I do manage to beat him, oddly. and he does go for Chansey, but I'll start narrating when that happens. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess my birthday's in 2 more days, if this is uploaded on Wednesday. And, yeah, so what else am I supposed to say? The 3DS is pretty awesome. I don't want to hear anyone complain about the bullshit battery life thing, because there was apparently an accessory floating around on the internet allowing you to play 20 hours of content. Okay? I think that's more than what we want. Or at least for me. Anyway, so here, okay, I finally do manage to kill it with the crit, which still doesn't matter. Anyways, so here comes his Chansey. Can I bring the question back up? Why the fuck didn't you do this before? Why? I mean, Togekiss doesn't stand a diddly dick of a chance against Chansey. So I do the same thing over and over, just like Coffergus, but it aromatherapies, which I'm totally fucked. So it manages to paralyze me, which is just lovely. And he just, I keep doing the same thing over and over, and he keeps doing the same thing over and over, and eventually I die, and yes, I lose. Ooh, spoilers. Now, any decent, fairly timed subscriber of mine would know that my Togekiss does have the move Roast, and you're probably wondering why I didn't use it. Well, the answer's pretty simple, I would say. Why the fuck would I drag this match out any longer? Ugh, I hate my stuttering. So, okay, I don't know what else to say. I die. I lose. Good game. Fuck game. No, it wasn't a good game. I got hacked up the ass. Anyways, so, yeah, I don't know. Oh, boy. This match, when I first played this match, I was really upset, and I guess it would have been wiser to record it right then and there when I was pretty upset. But I couldn't due to personal reasons that I'm not going to get into. Excuse me. And oh god, this just dragged out a long time. And I think at a point I did use Roast, and then I just finally gave up. But oh boy. Well, from that aside, it wasn't fuck you, it was a bad game. But what else can I say? Well, we do have to battle again. Let's just hope I don't get hacked up the ass like I usually do, which is pretty unlikely. I will not get hacked up the ass like next time. God, my grammar is just so fucking awesome. Yeah. See you around.